in the cultures Egypt, India, Norse, Celtic, Sumerian, early, even Babylonian, Christian, there are creation myths that involve great giant lizards and dragons that are the ancestors of humans, the dragons having intercourse with women and producing offspring that are heroes. There's a huge mythology on this. There's a challenge, however, to there was it was kind of amusing on the Amazon website. I've tried to learn. I couldn't get this book, but I tried to learn more about it. And there was a lot of people had very positive reactions, but there were some negative ones. You know, they give stars. Well, this guy didn't like this at all. He gave it 1 star. Other people gave it 4, 3. You know, and he said he was objecting to the attack on Scripture. He said we should accept that he's challenging this. The writers we're supposed to accept that Scripture is a watered-down attempt to explain the mysterious in mythological terms, but that Sumerian texts are exacting and always to be taken and interpreted literally. Has this guy considered that what he takes so literally may also be an effort to explain in mythological terms something that the writers of Sumerian texts couldn't fathom in terms they could understand? Just because an ancient carving depicts a person ensconced in feathers or reptilian attire doesn't literally mean that there were such creatures. Fair enough. So I just wanted to put that in there as a kind of sobering thought. Bud Hopkins correctly, I think, brings up the risk of what he calls stew pot thinking, which is so you take lots of things, you put them all together as if they're all one thing. Probably it's okay if the stew, is potable or eatable, but there is. I am bringing a lot of things together that may or may not fit, just to show how in the mythic history of the human race, the reptilian figures play a major role, and so when the experiencers have a strong connection with the reptilian past and actually encounter real reptilian beings, it makes this more relevant. And then there, of course, are the serpent gods, Quetzalcoatl and the aboriginal rainbow serpents, and the snake itself is sometimes thought of as it representing immortality because it can shed its skin and so forth. One of the experiencers that I've worked with quite closely has gotten very interested in this whole subject, has gone to some of the Christian pagan churches like Rosslyn in Scotland, and where there is strong dragon and snake symbolism, and this dragon is often depicted as representing the masculine energy and the snake as the feminine energy, as for example in Eastern philosophy, the Kundalini energy, which is like a coiled snake at the base of the spine. Now, in Judeo-Christian, or particularly Christian mythology in Western culture, the serpents don't get a very good rap. The Gnostics, which is kind of the rejected part of Christianity, they talk about the archons, which are reptilian beasts which have reptilian body, heads like a lion, and they're kind of a predatory, dark race. Medusa, snakes that are terrifying. What happens if you look at the snakes and Medusa, you turn to stone or something like that? Really bad rap. I mean, the snake, look what happens. Right in the beginning, the snake is blamed for everything, and sometimes in some mythologies, the snake is a serpent-dragon kind of figure, not a nice snake. And there are even some interpretations of the Bible that say Adam was descended from, is part reptilian himself. I will not get into trouble on that one. The devils and the demons in Christianity are often shown as having reptilian and dragon, serpent-like qualities. And then, of course, you know about the sort of heroic attacks that have gone on reptilian beings throughout early Christian mythology. St. Patrick's great achievement of getting all the snakes out of Ireland. St. George is the patron saint of England, who originally from Cappadocia in Turkey, but interesting, I got to talk to Haktan about that. But he, of course, the battle that he won with the dragon. And then Beowulf, which is a little less well known, but Beowulf is the first Western epic poem. And Beowulf is a great hero. And what does he do? This smelly dragon is threatening the kingdom and his mother too. And Beowulf goes and he crushes this dragon and destroys it. And then he goes and he destroys the dragon's mother just to make sure. And then later on, the dragon serpents actually end up destroying the kingdom where he's from. There is a huge contemporary interest in dinosaurs, as you, I'm sure, are all aware. I sometimes, I wonder what is that about? All the movies and the fear of T-Rex. I mean, when I was a child, we were interested in dinosaurs, but not like now, And then you get a figure like Barney, right? I mean, I pity the parents here. I don't know if Barney's still on so much, but this pink little dragon that can't hurt anybody. I mean, what anxieties is that dealing with? The children are so focused on Barney, and of course Barney is just the opposite of the kind of threatening dragons that you get in Jurassic Park and the likes of that. All right, how do we put all this together? Now, well, I really can't put it all together, but but the experiences are real. They're also mythic. They reflect something deep in our own unconscious, our own instinctual natures. They have a powerful mythic dimension, which does not contradict the fact that they're real. They also, I think, this is a hypothesis, that this tremendous interest now that's happening in the reptilians represents a return of the repressed dimension of ourselves, which does not mean that there aren't real reptilian beings. You see that either-orness that we've gotten into, it can be both. The internal and external, present and past, real, physical, and mythic. And perhaps some meaning for our culture in terms of what we've been hearing in this conference about the need to come to terms with everything about ourselves, including the darkest, most powerful, instinctual, sexual, aggressive forces. And that may have something to do with why this is such a contemporary subject. Now, before concluding, I want to get to the hard science part of this talk. I've just been over this. This is how you can really know you've been abducted by aliens. This is the hard edge, absolutely multiply witnessed and certain. I have to thank a couple of people on the staff for this. I don't know if they would want to be named. I didn't put this in. He did.